Are you looking to earn practically unlimited free cruises from your favorite cruise line? I have 9 slots that you'll find on practically every cruise ship that you can play in order to earn marketing offers for a lot less. Let's go. Hey, thanks for checking out the video today. I am Chris, and my channel is all about getting you aboard the world's biggest cruise ships for a heck of a lot less using casino marketing offers. The key to getting all of these marketing offers and spending a lot less is to have a very attractive ADT with the casino program. That's average daily theoretical, which is your bet level, which is the house advantage, and the time spent playing in the casino. That's the calculation that these casino loyalty programs use to determine not only if you get an offer, but how good the offers are. Generally speaking, I go for the lower level offers. With Royal Caribbean, they're numbered like 07, sometimes 06, maybe even the occasional 05 if I do really good in the casino. And they usually unlock interior rooms for 2, sometimes some ocean views, occasionally a balcony, and every once in a while I'll get free play. And of course, with Prime, I get free drinks all around the ship. With the other cruise lines, mainly Princess and Carnival that I sail with, you may end up getting free play. They're a little bit more generous with that. With Princess especially, they open up a lot more itineraries at lower levels, which is really great. And if you do good in Carnival, you can earn free drinks around the ship on these offers as well, which is a nice little perk. So I have a bunch of videos that are ship specific that you can find on my channel. If you're going on, say, Freedom or Utopia or Star Princess or Mardi Gras, of the particular slots on those ships that I recommend that you play with caution and avoid if you're trying to spend a lot less, stretch your bankroll, and get these marketing offers. So you can find those on my channel. Today, I wanted to do something a little different because I know that I haven't covered every single ship. You may be going on a cruise on a ship that I have not covered or I covered a long time ago. So I came up with 9 slot machines that are very, very common, not only across different cruise lines and different ships within those cruise lines, but also land-based casinos if you're trying to earn marketing offers there as well. For instance, I have MGM Rewards, and I always have comp stays at like Excalibur and Luxor and sometimes Bellagio, Aria, MGM Grand, New York. So that's pretty great. And then they also offer food and beverage credit and also free play on those offers as well. Plus, if you are diamond or above with Royal Caribbean, the Crown and Anchor program, you can match your loyalty Crown and Anchor to MGM Rewards and get gold status. And gold status is actually pretty great. You get free parking and you don't pay resort fees. And if you know, resort fees are very expensive now. They're anywhere from $35 to $55 per day. So that's a huge savings. The only thing I will mention about matching your Crown and Anchor loyalty status to MGM Rewards is you do have to do it every year. It doesn't make any sense because you don't lose your status with Royal Caribbean, but that's something they make you do. I think you have to do it in January. I just did mine again, so I'm good for another year. So that's good to know. Let's get on to the actual subject of this video, which is being aboard cruise ships, earning marketing offers, and saving a lot because you're not paying cruise fare. So these machines are not in any particular order. So we're just gonna go through these 9 slots that I think you'll find on pretty much any cruise ship that you can play and stretch your bankroll. One thing I will mention is always play minimum bet, unless you have a bigger bankroll. If you have a bigger bankroll, you can basically do whatever you want because you're gonna earn instant certificates. We're just trying to save money while earning marketing offers. So you play minimum bet on these machines, and it should allow you with about $100 a day as a budget to play long enough and put enough coin in every session to earn at least 07, 06, 05 offers from Royal, and then also some great marketing offers from Carnival, Princess, likely Norwegian, and some of the other lines as well. First machine is dancing drums. This is a standard. This is probably one of my top go-tos for playing longer and stretching your bankroll. The reason dancing drums is so appealing is because of all of the new style slot machines that are coming through. This one's a little bit older and it's a little bit lower volatility. So what does that mean? Well, you're going to get a lot of your bet back through line hits as you go. You're not really depending on this, very odd, huge line hit or hitting a bonus and hitting something good in order to recover your bankroll. You're getting your bet back through the spins. You're getting a lot of really decent line hits. You're not getting a ton of dead spins. When you do hit the bonus, most likely you're going to hit the jackpot bonus and you're going to get the mini. So that's not really a huge win, but every once in a while you will get the drums bonus, and the drums bonus can be extremely lucrative. I've had quite a bit of success on dancing drums. I've hit a few majors. I have hit a few really good returns on 88 cents in the drums bonus where I've won $100 and more. But even when I don't, I find that I don't get drained really quickly playing dancing drums. And for that reason, I do recommend you play it. Line Link. This has steadily become one of my favorite machines. So if you play the hold and spin, if you win the hold and spin by getting 6 balls, or if you get usually 4 or 5 balls and then the pot trigger animation happens and it drops 2 more balls on so you can play the hold and spin. The hold and spin usually isn't that great. I find that you usually get anywhere from about $15 to maybe $25 or $30. So it's not great, but every once in a while you might get one of the jackpot balls and have a good return. The good thing about Line Link though is, again, you're getting a lot of line hits in the base game. Additionally, if you get the scatter trigger bonus, you get free spins, and that one features locking symbols. So basically, when you get the special symbol of the doors that open, every time you get that, it locks in and it remains for your next bonus spins, and they are cumulative. So you can end up doing really well. I had one where I had all locking symbols, and every spin it just opened up and gave me these huge line hits. So Line Link's a good one for playing a long time and not losing a ton of money. 88 Fortunes. So this one would have been up higher. All the variants, the diamond one, there's ones that are screens with 5 reels. There's the traditional 3 reel one as well. There's 5 reels with the one arm bandit spinning style. All of them, as long as they're the older style, are really good because they are lower volatility. Much like dancing drums, they're kind of like the ancestor to dancing drums. They play the same way and they pay back via line hits really, really well. I would say they're even lower volatility than dancing drums. The reason this one isn't higher up on my list is because these machines are disappearing. You will commonly find them around, but there's less and less of them now and they are being phased out. So if you see one, play them while you still can. So there's one exception to 88 Fortunes. There are a couple of newer machines that are not as good. The first one is Duo Kai, I think that's what it's called. And it is the new version of 88 Fortunes. And it has much higher volatility. Lots of dead spins, wait forever for a bonus. It's not something I'd recommend you play if you're really being tight with your budget. And then there was a new one. I've only ever saw this on Star Princess, but it is a brand new 3 reel style 88 Fortunes. And I found it to be extremely high volatility. So for that reason, I don't recommend you play those ones. Stick to the ones that are older. Prosperity Link. Prosperity Link is a fun game to play. It's one that I find if you've got this 7 big pearls in the big bowl, I find that it's not too long for that bonus to trigger, and the bonus can be pretty good. As for just regular gameplay, you can get some really great line hits, and there aren't a ton of consecutive dead spins. I wouldn't put this in my top 3 of games to play, but it's definitely on the list, and they're fairly plentiful on most cruise ships and land-based casinos. So if you see one, I recommend you play it. Shamrock Fortunes. So this one has bonuses that do trigger quite often, but the bonuses can be really, really mid. Depending on if you get a single pop, because there's the 3 chests. If you get a single pop, chances are it's not going to be a very good bonus, especially if you get the jackpot pop, because you really need the additional spins that the other bonuses provide and the expanded reels in order to have a legitimate shot at triggering one of the jackpot amounts. If you can pop more than one at a time, you have a really good shot of, 100xing your bet, maybe even more in the bonus. But the good thing about Shamrock Fortunes is, again, the bonus does tend to trigger quite frequently, and it's got decent, if not plentiful, line hits. So I do recommend you play this one. Press Your Luck. So Press Your Luck, I find, is fairly common, even though there's generally speaking only 1 or 2. One of the reasons you'll find Press Your Luck a lot is because, I don't know if you've seen the slot competitions that they have on all the major cruise lines. With Royal, you pay $35 and then everybody plays in these heats and you have to tap the screen and you try to make as many points as possible. It's really like 80-year-old women can win this thing. It's not really skill-based at all, but it is a lot of fun. But the machines that they use for those slot tournaments, one of the base games that plays when they're not having slot tournaments is Press Your Luck. So that's why you're still seeing it fairly commonly in cruise line casinos and then also land-based casinos. Now, the bonus can be extremely hard to trigger. The pig popping bonus, you could be playing forever and never pop that thing, so I wouldn't rely on it. But there's also the whammy bonus, there's also the big bucks bonus, so there's other bonuses that you can trigger. And the great thing about this game is the wilds are multipliers if you can get them in a line hit, and sometimes they'll be multipliers and sometimes they'll be dollar amounts. They can be 10, 20, $50, and on a 60-cent bet, that's a pretty good return. So for that reason, I do recommend you play Press Your Luck if you can find it. Quick Hit Link. So this one is one that I always go to because even though the line hits in this game aren't fantastic, the bonus triggers quite frequently on this game, especially when the dollar signs with the firecrackers are close to the top. I find it's not that much time before that bonus will trigger. Please do not come at me about, these are perceived progression. I have a video on that. I will link it in the description. I do have a theory behind that, which isn't like a mind-blowing theory, but I do have a legitimate reason why I play machines that have full pots, full pigs, full firecrackers. And if you're curious, you can check out that video. But like I said, once those firecrackers are near the top for the dollar symbols on this game, I generally find it doesn't take too long to trigger the bonus. And the bonus can be really great, especially if you can get multiples to pop at the same time. It's also, it will give you some line hits, so it's not just giving you consecutive dead spins and draining you really quickly. So that allows you to play longer and play to that bonus and try to keep as much of your bankroll as possible. Samurai 88. I like this game because it can have some great line hits in the base game, and the bonus can be really, really good. I've had some very lucrative bonuses. Low end, I find that you at least get maybe 50 times your bet, and you can get 100 times your bet and more as well. So this is one of those games that's a little bit more reliant on you hitting the bonus, so be careful of that. I wouldn't play this if you're really struggling in the casino, but if you're doing well, if you're even, if you've had a good session and you see that game and the pots are full of jewels, I would definitely play this one, because if you can hit that bonus, you can have some really great returns. And finally, I didn't put this one at the last because it's the worst. I put this one at the last because I think it's kind of the best. It is video poker. Now, there's a little bit to unpack with video poker. The first thing is you need to know how to play video poker in order to maximize your return to player. If you're making mistakes on your card holds, you will have a worse return to player, and depending on your lack of skill, you can have an awful return to player, and I don't recommend you play it. But there's lots of videos on YouTube. There's actually video poker trainers that you can search online that can help you pick the right cards for pretty much any situation. The great thing about this game is it does have the highest return to player of any machine in the casino. It's high 90s if you play right, which allows you to play a lot longer. Some of the provisos are, it does factor less in ADT because, as I mentioned earlier, one of the factors in ADT is house advantage. Because the house advantage is less, it multiplies less in the calculation for ADT, which means you have to play a lot longer in order to have the ADT that's going to be attractive to the casino. An additional thing you need to know with Royal Caribbean specifically used to be $10 coin in, cycled through a video poker machine in order to earn 1 tier credit. It is now $15. So I would not recommend that you play video poker if you A, are trying to earn an instant certificate on a sailing, because it's going to take you so much longer. Or B, if you're trying to hit prime and you have a limited amount of time or sailings in order to do that. Because as you know, prime with Royal Caribbean, 2,500 points in an entire year. Once you get that, you unlock free drinks. You unlock no convenience fee when you're taking money out in the machines. You unlock a tier award cruise. You get 30% off Voom, and you get a bunch of other stuff as well. It's a really great program, and I highly recommend that you get it, especially if you cruise more than once a year. You could potentially cruise once a year, earn that 2,500 points in one session and earn yourself a tier cruise, but that could be pretty expensive. Generally speaking, if you're having average luck, it's going to cost you about $1 per tier credit. So it's going to cost you about $2,500 on average to earn prime, but it can be worth it, especially if you spread that out over multiple sailings. But if you are trying to earn tier credits, I don't recommend you play video poker. But if you're trying to play my method and you're doing ADT, if you like playing video poker, I would incorporate it into your roster of machines that you play. So there you have it. 9 machines that you can find pretty much in any casino that are going to help you play longer, stretch your bankroll, and earn great marketing offers. Are there any machines that you think I missed? Or if there's any of these machines that you think I'm wrong about, I'd love to hear about in your comments. I'm super pumped. At the time of posting this video, I am 1 day away from my week-long sailing aboard Jewel of the Seas, and joining me next weekend on Jewel of the Seas for the weekend portion is Jesselyn, and we are going to do a live, our very first live. We haven't really come up with a title yet. We had a lot of great suggestions from my subscribers. We've got some ideas of our own, but you will see that come up in my feed here very shortly as soon as I schedule it. It's going to be at 9 a.m. Eastern time aboard Jewel of the Seas on Sunday. We're hoping to do it from the pool deck and enjoying a few mimosas, but we'll see exactly where we end up. It's all about your questions and our answers live. I hope you'll join us. If you want to know when we do go live, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and make sure you have the notification bell on, and you will be notified as soon as we go live. Of course, if you enjoyed this video or if you found it beneficial to you, a like would be so appreciated. And as always, thank you so much for watching.